Evening, guys. Gonna share something with you that's a bit disturbing, I guess, but I don't know what other avenue is appropriate here. I know the videos on the subject are kind of weird and like cringy and stuff, but because this is kind of all taken place within the sim racing community, you guys are probably the best people to understand it and like process this info. And yes, I should say that the police do have this information as well. I found proof that Jason Jacoby has been fixated on me and stalking me in some fashion for 8 years. As in, before I even knew who this guy was, like, at all, and was still a teenager or very close to it, he already had an obsession with me and was just stewing about it for the better part of a decade. It's entirely possible that his actions towards me, the harassment campaign, and some of the other stuff he's done, have been on the drawing board dating back to basically when I was a kid. The reason I say this is because there's a video he released last summer where he talks about getting beat by me in a race, and from that moment onward decided I had dark energy or dark spirit surrounding me. Gonna play that in full now.
I was having some trouble in that race, and I knew he was going to win. And when he won, I said congratulations. But there was just something very dark about Austin.
Here's the thing. The last time I actively raced on iRacing under my real name was 2013. And the exact race that Jason's talking about in his Schizobabble video here, my buddy Justin Petshower actually went and found. He had screenshots of it on his iRacing team Facebook page from, like, the night it happened. This race was part of the first season of the NASCAR iRacing series, and it took place on April 27th, 2013 at 3 a.m. local time. So this was the Friday night Australian split that a bunch of us from America and Canada had dropped into. So everyone in this race is up way past their bedtime. If Jason is on the East Coast in Georgia, he's racing in this at 5 a.m. Based on the running order and some of the screenshots I'll toss up on the screen now, Jason was nowhere even near me on the track. I'll actually circle both our cars here. There wasn't even an on-track incident between us. I literally did not see him because I kicked everyone's ass. Winning this race is all it took. The guy was pulling all-nighters playing iRacing, thinking if he won enough races, he'd be recruited into the NASCAR Cup Series by Dale Jr. himself.
And Ray had never heard of Dale Jr.'s league, and for me, that was the reason I got into it, was so I could, meet guys like Dale Jr. and see if, maybe a ride could come of it or something like that.
So, a combination of being sleep deprived, because, dear God, he's pulling all-nighters playing iRacing and running 200-lap races at 5 a.m. on a Saturday, mixed with schizophrenia, where he's hearing voices, he's hallucinating, he has thought patterns that just don't make sense, probably made him think that losing that race in particular meant that his dream to make it into NASCAR was just done, right then and there, and whoever did win the race, which was me, was a literal demon in his eyes, because it's 5 a.m. and he's hallucinating. So as you can probably imagine, this is just really weird and strange for me to deal with on like a psychological level. I was probably very high on a Friday night and just dropped in to the Aussie Split Richmond race on a whim, and the guy in 4th place took such offense to me winning that now that we're all grown adults, 30 years old, he's now made it his life's goal to make sure I never work again, to try and obtain my credit card info, to try and hack into a bunch of my online accounts. This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened in sim racing by far, and I'm incredibly angry at anyone who was complicit in him getting what he wants. Again, if you have any additional info, please contact me on social media so we can go to the police and get all of this shit sorted out and dealt with, properly and thoroughly, because goddamn, this is a mess.